Springs 3 years ago. Weeks later, Letitia was arrested in South Carolina, but Gannon was still missing. His body was later found in Florida. Now, Letitia initially pled not guilty, but later changed that to not guilty by reason of insanity. There is a court order forcing her to come to court each day. Our Colette Bordelon will be in court this afternoon and will have updates for us throughout the day. Tomorrow is Election Day in Denver. You can vote in person or drop off your ballot at a drop box because it is too late to mail back that ballot.
We really want folks to know that these local elections are one of the best places for them to have their voices heard. For us, local election, mile-high impact. So we really want to make sure that folks know exactly which races are on the ballot, exactly how those particular races and measures might impact them. So we are always available. We have denvervotes.org for any information that folks might have.
And it's not too late to register to vote. In Colorado, we have same-day voter registration. You can learn more on the website govotecolorado.gov. Now to the upcoming arraignment of former President Trump. This is video of the president's airplane and the president boarding that airplane moments ago from Florida. That plane then leaving Florida, destination New York City. That's ahead of tomorrow's arraignment for Donald Trump on criminal charges. ABC's Morgan Norwood reports from Manhattan.
In just hours, former President Trump expected to arrive in New York one day ahead of his historic arraignment. Donald Trump becoming the first president, current or former, to face criminal charges. He's due to surrender at Manhattan Criminal Court on Tuesday.
He's gearing up for a battle. This is something that obviously we believe is a political persecution. We're ready for this fight, and I look forward to moving this thing along as quickly as possible to exonerate him.
Sources tell ABC News Trump is facing around 24 charges, including felonies. We won't know what they are until the indictment is unsealed, but prosecutors had been investigating how Trump accounted for hush money payments to Stormy Daniels weeks before the 2016 election.
Hush money payments themselves, not a crime. Falsifying business records to conceal hush money payments, typically a misdemeanor, but can be a felony if it's done in furtherance of or to conceal another crime.
That other crime could be a federal campaign finance violation, a state election infraction, or tax crime. Whatever charges the grand jurors decided on, they might not be the only ones Trump faces, since there are other federal and state criminal investigations into possible election tampering, the January 6th insurrection, and his handling of classified documents. Trump is expected to arrive in New York sometime this afternoon and spend the night in his Fifth Avenue apartment before he's driven by motorcade to his arraignment. Once inside, he'll be processed but not handcuffed and walked along the 15th floor corridor into a courtroom where his attorney says he'll plead not guilty.
I've done 1 million arraignments in that courthouse with celebrities and whatnot, but this is a whole different thing.
And there will be no other court proceedings on the 15th floor while Trump is inside. The streets surrounding the courthouse will also be closed. After tomorrow's arraignment, Trump will reportedly head back to Mar-a-Lago, where he's announced plans to speak. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
New this morning, NASA has announced which astronauts will be part of the first moon mission since the Apollo program. So here they are. They include 3 Americans and 1 Canadian. The plan is for the Artemis II crew to orbit the moon in 2024, setting the stage for a moonwalk in 2025. Well, if you plan to park out at the airport between now and October, it might be a little harder to find a spot because there are going to be a lot fewer spaces to choose from. Starting today, the airport is going to close a large portion of the East Economy lot. More than 2,000 spaces, in fact, will be closed during improvements and repairs. About 2,000 other spaces will be available in that lot. The work is scheduled to take about 7 months. Also starting today, RTD is starting an improvement project that will impact light rail service through parts of the metro. Maintenance and repair work will take place on retaining walls that run along the southeast rail line. So that's south of Broadway to the Lincoln Station that's next to I-25. So it's the E, the H, and the R lines which will be impacted at various times throughout this project. So just check the schedule ahead of time. Work will continue through October. We are keeping an eye on the high fire danger today and then the snow incoming for tomorrow. Lisa Hidalgo is tracking your forecast on this Weather Action Day. But first,
I'm John Matteries. Is your roof ready for the big springtime rainstorms? I'll show you the warning signs that your roof may need some help this year. That story coming up.
A strong spring or summer storm can lead to expensive and, at times, unexpected roof repairs. And with all the wind recently, you should probably take care of those small problems now. Consumer reporter John Matarese looks at how to prolong the life of your roof.
Is your roof ready for springtime rainstorms? Well, now that winter is in the rearview mirror, it's a great time to get out and look over your roof and make sure it's ready for when those big storms roll through.
Roofer Joel Poulin just wrapped up an inspection,
Erica, we did a walk around.
showing us what you should do right now to prevent costly repairs.
This roof has a little bit of age to it.
He found some curling shingles on this 15-year-old roof, which he says is okay. Missing shingles, however, are not.
This time of year, you're going to see maybe some broken pieces off your shingles, the tabs themselves. It could be an indication that you've had some damage up there.
Joel tells me missing shingles or moss can lead to water leaks and need attention ASAP.
The moss, if it's grown and rooted into the shingle, that's what could be more damaging.
Angie Orban with Travelers Insurance says always have your roof inspected if you suspect damage from a storm. She also recommends annual inspections for general wear and tear.
The seals, the flashing, the details underneath the shingles.
As you're inspecting your roof, she says don't forget to check your gutters and make sure they're clean and secure.
There could be debris that built up over the winter, so you'll want to look to clean those gutters out and make sure they're flowing.
In the case of missing or curling shingles, Angie's advice is to fix those smaller problems now.
That can be damage that can lead to more damage in a wind event.
Lastly, if you're in a hail-prone area, ask about impact-resistant shingles that can better protect against hail damage. Joel gave this roof a passing grade.
There's a couple shingles that may have a little bit of curling, but everything else looks like it's in really good shape.
So do an annual check and fix problems before they get worse, and that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
A severe storm system tore through parts of the Midwest and the South over the weekend, killing more than 30 people. Tornadoes flattened homes in Arkansas and Tennessee. Storms also caused a theater roof to collapse in Illinois. Thousands of people also lost power in the Mid-Atlantic. More than a dozen states were affected. No severe weather in our forecast here in Colorado. Today, a whole lot like yesterday. Warm, some wind out there, but this time tomorrow, a much different scene. When we take a live look outside, might be some white out there. This is the view of the Denver skyline this morning, looking nice now, but Mother Nature, of course, kicking off April with a return of snow. And no, this is not an April Fool's joke. Denver 7 meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo is here. Lisa, warm, windy, and then the big change comes swinging on through.
Yeah, that cold front's going to come through, and you're going to feel it by tomorrow afternoon. Right now, we're looking at 50s here within the next hour, hour and a half, mid to upper 50s between about noon and 1. A good 10 degrees warmer. We'll hit highs right around 67 between 4 and 5. And then a pretty mild night. We're still going to be in the upper 50s by about 8 o'clock. So no big change there, but light rain and snow is possible tonight. We may see a few of those showers roll off the foothills. Tomorrow, snow's going to continue throughout the day, likely around 1 to 2 inches in and around Denver. But then it does get mild for the Rockies home opener on Thursday, at least a little more mild than what we're going to see tomorrow. We'll talk more about that coming up. Here's the view from Westminster, where we're starting to see a little increase in cloud cover. So you'll find a partly cloudy sky here this afternoon. Winds are starting to kick up between about 20 and 30 miles per hour. We'll see some of those south-southwesterly winds here, ushering in much warmer weather throughout the day. So futurecast-wise, we're going to go from 50s now to, again, some mid to upper 60s here by about 4 to 5 o'clock. A little bit of cloud cover. Winds also picking up in the mountains. We've seen some gustier conditions up and through the high country here early this morning, with more snow developing in the mountains later on today. So again, overnight tonight into early tomorrow, we could see some of these snow showers roll east, which would leave us with likely just some wet roads tomorrow morning. Could get a little slushier in spots through the afternoon as we track more of that snow by mid to late morning tomorrow. We're going to be in the 30s in the morning, and we'll stay there through the afternoon. Not much of a warm up. Those winds are going to kick up out of the north, so expect some blustery conditions. The windy conditions there combined with 30s, it'll make it feel more like teens and 20s likely tomorrow afternoon. So here's a look at that changing Super 7 day. From 67 today, and in the mountains, if you are heading up there, there's going to be a pretty big drop in temps here within the next 24 hours as well. 40s today, snow showers starting to develop, and then snow likely with 20s in the mountains on Tuesday. We're going to be at right around 35 tomorrow, again, throughout the afternoon. So Denver 7 weather action days. Your kids are getting ready for school tomorrow. Today was t-shirt and shorts weather. We're back in the jackets tomorrow. Bundle up. It'll be a cold day. Wednesday, by early Wednesday morning, some of those snowfall totals likely in Denver will be closer to around 1 to 2 inches. We may see a few pockets where it's just a touch heavier north near Greeley, Fort Collins, right around 2 to 4 inches. And then on the west side of town in through parts of Boulder County, it could get a little bit heavier there too. We're at 52, though, on Thursday for the Rockies home opener that afternoon. Quick look at that planner. We'll be under, it looks like, a mostly sunny sky right before first pitch, upper 40s, and then 52, it looks like, by the end of the game. And then even warmer this weekend, Jason, 60s and 70s Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that looks like a great birthday weekend forecast for somebody.
Oh,
on Friday. Yeah. All right, well, every Monday is Money Saving Monday here at Denver 7, and today we have an excuse to eat ice cream. Today is Free Cone Day at Ben & Jerry's. Free cones are available from noon to 8 p.m. There's a Ben & Jerry's in Denver at DU on East Evans Avenue. There's also one on Boulder's Pearl Street Mall. Still to come, lending a supporting shoulder to victims of bullying. Meet our Denver 7 everyday heroes helping out Colorado kids. A local resource center wants to help children who are victims of bullying, and they say adults need to play a bigger part in stopping it. The Bullying Recovery Resource Center is working with families and schools to do just that. Denver 7's Nicole Brady has more.
When you feel powerless and your child's, suicidal or whatever, you're doing anything.
Tom and Drew Alborg didn't set out to become experts in bullying.
Our son was relentlessly bullied in middle school.
Since 2018, they've been using their expertise to help families who need a voice in their corner.
What we we do is provide them with some hope. The kids know somebody else believes them, someone's fighting for them.
The Albergs are founders of the Bullying Recovery Resource Center. Along with a team of experienced volunteers, BRRC provides everything a family would need, from information and support to advocates to help them work with their child's school.
That's a lot of shunning and gossip and things like that, and that can be just as harmful as any other kind of bullying.
The other way that we have seen that is where Safe to Tell is notified about a child that's going to bring a gun, and that's the bullied kid. And so they're visited at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
They've helped hundreds of families over the years, dealing with everything from physical violence to cyberbullying. They know the stakes are high because kids who are bullied may attempt suicide.
So if that child knows that they're being protected, they're heard, we're going to find a solution to get them safe.
And for their dedication to stopping the bullying cycle, Denver 7 and West Shore Home are making Tom and Drew Alberg Denver 7 everyday heroes.
Because you both have made such an impact, and it's inspiring to see you take your painful story and make sure it doesn't end there with just your own family, but sharing what you learned and giving hope to so many other families. So
Thank
you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congrats to our heroes. And if you know someone who you think should be a Denver 7 everyday hero, nominate them at denver7.com/hero. We feature a new Denver 7 hero each and every week, sponsored by West Shore Home. Make sure you're wearing your seatbelt when you hit the road out there today. The State Patrol and 27 other agencies are kicking off the Click It or Ticket campaign. CDOT says Colorado's seatbelt use is 87%. And while that sounds pretty good, it's below the national average of 92%. The worst group is Colorado pickup truck drivers. Only 78% of that group use their seatbelts. Fines for not wearing one start at $65. Well, it's hard to think of a life without a cell phone, but it wasn't too long ago that they didn't exist at all. Coming up, a look back at the day that would go on to change lives forever.